Hello, 88.3 FM WXOU, and welcome to Sunday Night Nerd Fest, your favorite 2 hours every Sunday night where we talk about the shows, the video games, the hobbies of us nerds. My name is Jake, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Mel. Mel, how are you?
I was waiting for that. I was like, he's not saying it. He's like, Mel.
Jake!
Just
pause.
like, you can't
just leave you hanging right there. Oh, absolutely.
My week's been decent. My exam went well, guys.
That's so big.
I got a shake. Like, we are vibing.
We're in a good spot right now.
You, Jake.
It's big bag season.
Jake, how was your week?
It's been something.
I haven't heard from you in a while.
I know it's been a crazy week. I got my car back, so that's a big win. Shout out to the repair shop that I got it fixed at.
Yo!
They fixed it up under what I thought they were gonna charge me.
Really?
So that's huge.
Really? A repair shop charged you less?
I know, under $400 to get my battery replaced in a Mini Cooper. So, shout out to Waterford Euro for hooking me up.
Ooh, Waterford.
Really hooked me up. I love Waterford. I'm from Waterford. I'm like right over there. I'm
talking Waterford like Mont and Kettering.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking Waterford.
Fine. Whatever.
Bro, they're leaving the conference.
Are they?
They're leaving our conference.
Anyways. Before we get into our topics tonight, really quick message from the Ad Council. If you're a teen, chances are you'll go through some tough times. Check out reachout.com to learn how other teens have gone from feeling depressed, angry, or discouraged to feeling confident and inspired, and more importantly, supported. They've been there, and together you can help each other. A message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, the Inspire USA Foundation, and the Ad Council. Now, we get to talk about the fun stuff. We're starting off with the Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 2. Getting really excited about this one.
Yeah, because this includes more Guardians.
It does include Guardians, and that's all that really matters. I'm kidding. So, looking at Phase 2 to start off, we started off with Iron Man 3. Which
is a classic.
I mean, all the Iron Man movies are fantastic, but we finally got to Iron Man 3 where we finally start to see a big shift in Tony, which is super sweet. We talked last time about how Tony was pretty arrogant in the first movie.
Yeah, no.
And he shifted more towards the second movie.
This movie, the Iron Legion, right?
Mm-hmm. This is when the Iron Legion was created.
There's supposed to be Armor Wars.
Yes.
So mad about that.
This is also after the events of the first Avengers. So after Loki invaded Earth with the Chitauri. And so Tony is still coming to terms with all the stuff that happened in New York with the Chitauri. And it's really taking a toll on him.
He had a lot of PTSD, right?
A ton of PTSD in this movie.
Yeah.
This movie was insane.
I mean, this entire Phase 2 is insane.
Yeah,
except for one.
Except for
one. I mean, but it's better than the first one. But we'll get to that later on.
Soon. We'll get to that very soon. But Iron Man 3 was a great movie. I seriously think all of the Iron Man movies are great. I don't think they've come out with one that has stunk, which is crazy, because they've done the most Iron Man movies aside from Cap movies in the MCU.
Well, if you count this new movie as like Captain America: The Brave New World as a Captain America film.
No, not really.
So then it's the same amount.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, unless you count the Avengers, because that's the own separate quote-unquote franchise.
Yeah, that's true.
The Avengers movie, there's 4 of them, so...
Yeah, absolutely. But this movie was really solid.
All right.
I really liked when we saw when Tony got stranded in... Where was it? Was it...
I don't remember where it was, but seeing the suit and everything just fly to him.
Minnesota?
Yeah, with the boy who showed up at his funeral.
Yes. Which is crazy.
Also, Jenna Ortega's in this movie.
Oh, boy.
Whoa.
You gonna make a comment?
No. No. This is gonna be recorded. I am holding myself in. No, Jenna Ortega's in this movie, and this was like one of the very first that she was in.
That's true. Yeah.
All right. Jake, as per usual, last time we did this, if you guys have not listened to our last episode, it is on Spotify and YouTube under Sunday Night Nerdfest?
Yep, you can actually see our shows after the fact. They are finally being
come out
recorded.
Wednesdays.
Yes, they come out Wednesdays at 8 p.m. So there's the hard deadline. It premieres on YouTube. It will also be on Spotify at 8 p.m. So, anyways, this little segment, we will have Jake guess the Rotten Tomato scores. Yeah. So, Jake, what do you think the Rotten Tomato score is for Iron Man 3? I would say probably 82.
79.
Okay,
you
I was
close.
not far off.
In the range.
That was close. That was
your best one
4.
yet.
So, this movie was probably the worst of the Iron Man movies, unfortunately. But it's really hard to follow up.
What?
I was not as big a fan of this movie as I was of 2.
What? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought Aldrich
I feel like
Hillary...
all the third movies have been like one of the best, except for Iron Man 1.
Yeah, true. I thought Killian was just okay. I thought Whiplash was a cooler villain.
I feel like we saw more character development in this one.
Yes,
Tony?
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely, we saw more character development from Tony in this movie, but at the same time, it's like the villain is much less interesting. At least in my opinion.
It's less interesting, but like, what do you mean his entire house got blown up at the start of the movie?
Well, I mean, he was talking about come get me. Of course someone's going to blow up Tony Stark's house.
That movie, like, I feel like there's so many, like, lefts and rights, because what do you mean there's a party?
Yeah.
And then what do you mean the girl shows up at his house and Pepper's there? And then what do you mean his house blows up? After he got Pepper a giant teddy bear out of nowhere.
Yeah, the teddy bear had the giant honkas on it, too. That was hilarious.
What?
In the movie. Do you not remember that? That was the whole gag. That was the whole gag. He was like, did you like the custom bear?
Oh my god. Wait.
That?
I need to search this up right now.
I can't believe you didn't notice that. That was hilarious.
What do you mean you can't believe I didn't notice that?
Dude, come on. He's like, did you enjoy the custom bear? Do you see? Mel is Googling it right now, just so everyone at home is
I don't see.
Really?
Oh my god.
There you go.
Is this it?
No.
I cannot find it, guys.
I don't think so. Am I wrong?
I think you're
just
wrong.
Just look up teddy bear from Iron Man 3. Oh, yeah.
What do you mean, giant?
Oh, those are hands. What?
Guys, you heard this here.
Wow, I actually...
going insane.
Well, come on. Tony is very... Well, I mean... Okay.
It's not even a bear.
That's fair. The bunny.
It's a rabbit.
The bunny.
Rabbit.
Okay, whatever. Listen.
Rabbit.
All right. Listen. I was clearly not paying much attention.
Clearly not.
To the rabbit. Anyways, we got super off topic with that one.
That's why we got 2 hours.
That's true. That is why we needed the time extension.
Oh my god.
But yeah, this movie was really solid. I liked how he started to design the suits to fly to him. It was really sweet.
I feel like, for me, it's like... Well, this kind of set up Ultron, too.
Sure.
With the suits.
Yeah.
Because he put the suits around the world.
Right.
So there's Ultron. And then...
Which we'll get to.
I don't understand the... Like, from Infinity War to this movie, how did he improve his suits so much? Like, we never saw that.
That's because they didn't come out with an Iron Man 4.
They should have.
They should have. But they didn't.
Have. But now he's coming back as Doctor Doom.
That is not Iron Man, so... yeah, this movie was solid, but let's move on to the next movie. The stinker of Phase 2, Thor: The Dark World.
All right, Jake. Guess the Rotten Tomato score.
This has got to be like a 50.
It is a 67%.
Okay. Well, that's still pretty bad for Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, still, it's not the worst in the MCU.
Isn't that Ant-Man Quantumania?
Yeah.
That movie was
garbage. That beat out Eternals.
Wow, that's really shocking,
bet you didn't
actually.
Watch.
I did not watch Eternals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. I watched it. It wasn't bad. Quantumania should go burn in a dumpster fire with the Hulk.
And Thor: The Dark World. This movie's stunk.
Thor: The Dark World. I just don't like the actress.
I
really,
Thor.
really hate her.
I'm very anti-Thor, so that's probably where
the best part about this movie is Heimdall.
Sure.
He's the best part. And
you're absolutely right.
And then, what do you mean? They make me so attached with him and then kill him off.
Of course. Because that's what they do in Thor movies. They kill off the only good characters and leave you with Thor and Loki.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
Well, yeah. I mean,
so
you kind
bad.
of get to know the Bifrost, which is kind of cool.
I guess.
And, well, this one makes you really attached, it's supposed to make you attached to Asgard before Ragnarok.
Yeah, but, like, it didn't work. Like, I don't know anyone who came out of this movie and was like, oh my god, Asgard is so cool.
I feel like...
Look at Wakanda. It's on Earth, and that city is way more beloved than the entirety of Asgard.
I thought Loki was good in this.
It's Tom Hiddleston. It's hard to mess up Tom Hiddleston.
Right. No, and especially because Tom Hiddleston dies in this one, too.
He dies in, like, every movie.
How many times has Loki died?
That's a question for you listeners at home. If you're listening on Spotify, comment. How many times has Loki died?
Or YouTube.
Take a guess, because I want to see guesses. Ganders, even.
That is
He's died a lot.
And then he's like officially died, and then not officially died. Now he has his own show.
Yeah,
which I still haven't seen the second season of.
I haven't even seen the first. So.
Oh!
I know. I've been slammed.
Shame.
I've had so much stuff going on.
I've had so much stuff going on.
All right, that's not cool.
JK.
But yeah,
JK.
So Thor: The Dark World, a real stinker, unfortunately, because they really did not want people getting attached to Thor.
I honestly don't remember much of it.
I don't think anyone does.
It sucked, and that's all I'm going to say. It sucked, and it belongs with the Incredible Hulk. Wait, what was the Incredible Hulk's Rotten Tomato? Because I think that might have been better.
It probably was better, which is insane to me because that movie was way worse.
The Incredible Hulk had a 68. It was 1% better.
Wow. I mean, they're both real stinkers, so it makes sense.
1% better. That is insane.
Yeah. I'm not surprised by that. But now we're back to bangers.
Yeah!
Captain America, the Winter Soldier came out directly after. Well, not directly after. Well, it was the next MCU movie. It came out April 4th, 2014.
Yes.
This movie is outstanding. This movie is so
amazing. Good. This is one of the first Avengers movies I saw as a kid.
Really?
I specifically remember the scene of Bucky and Captain America fighting on, like, the ship, the glass ship.
Yeah.
I only remember that scene as a kid because I think that's the only scene I watched.
Dude, that scene goes so hard, though.
The whole movie goes hard. Like, Bucky comes back.
That twist was insane. Because remember, like I said, I had been watching the MCU. I watched the MCU movies in a marathon from Phase 1 to Phase 4, prepping for Endgame, in, like, 3 days. I remember watching this movie in the timeline order and realizing Bucky was alive was one of the biggest twists that has ever hit me in the MCU.
Oh, you're going to hate me for this. I didn't realize who Bucky was until I rewatched.
You didn't realize who?
Well,
what?
Because I watched these movies, like, in, like, different orders when I was a child.
Okay.
So when Bucky came up... Okay.
Yeah.
No, this movie's great. I mean, the beginning and all of it's great. I mean, you start off with Natasha going and... on this spy ship to try to get this USB, and then you have Zola coming back as a computer,
which was also
and then
insane.
blowing up that entire base, and then you have Natasha using one of those face screener things they had in Black Widow as to act like someone else, killing that person, and then we get, like, really introduced to Nick Fury.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say this movie really brought Nick Fury to the forefront.
Yeah, they faked his death.
Yeah, that was also super crazy.
And then this is the Falcon's debut.
Oh, you're so right.
Because isn't this on your left?
Yep.
On your left.
Yeah, absolutely. This is when they brought up not Happy. Why was I saying Happy?
But, like, the fight scenes are so good. The one fight scene where they're, like, it's the Falcon, Captain America, and Black Widow versus Bucky. Amazing. Yeah. Great.
Yeah. The fight scenes in this were insane. They were so good.
I'm going to say it. I love Sebastian Stan. He's a great actor. He's good looking. I just love Sebastian Stan.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Sebastian Stan killed it in this movie.
All right.
This was a hard role.
Yes.
I can imagine how difficult it was. So, yeah, big props to... Oh, I have to guess
the Rotten Tomato score.
This has got to be close to, like, I'm going to say 89.
90.
Whoa!
One off.
I was about to say 90, but I was
like,
you
were. I was like, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Oh.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't watched the MCU, do it. There's nothing should be stopping you from doing it.
No, nothing at all.
Except for if you're Jake and you don't have enough time.
At
least watch up to Endgame. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, that's
Endgame
really
for
the
sure.
most
And then there's Moon Knight. Moon Knight's really good. I have some hot takes on that, but that's for another time.
Yeah.
They canceled it.
Really?
They're not doing a second season.
Wow. That's really surprising. Wasn't that movie really?
But you know what they're supposed to be doing a second season of?
Oh, God.
Hawkeye.
Oh, I thought you were going to say She-Hulk.
No. Probably.
No, they better
probably
not.
Didn't even watch it.
No.
You have all these opinions.
I've heard
you
so many bad. Well, I've seen probably the first 3 episodes worth of doom scrolling on TikTok, because you find an account that has the whole show and you just start scrolling through and watching the full episodes.
That's how I watched the MCU at first. It's
just my God, you're
kidding. That's what made me want to watch it. Actually, that's such a lie. I'll tell you about that later.
That's crazy.
But,
yeah, I've seen enough of it on TikTok to be like, don't.
Yeah,
no.
I don't think that's true. The first couple episodes are fine. It's the last episode that sucks.
I don't know. I don't like all of it. But anyways, we're going to get away from things we don't like and get to things we do like.
Oh my God.
The next one.
Oh my God.
We're both big fans of
Oh my God.
It's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the freaking Galaxy.
This was the first MCU movie I saw.
That is
And it was outside of my marathon. I watched it with my family. This movie came out August 1st, 2014. I think I watched it 2015 when it came out on DVD, I think. I don't know if it was DVD or streaming or what we did at that point, but I watched this one with my family.
It was probably DVD. Yeah,
this movie was outstanding. Of course, Chris Pratt's in like everything right now, but
whoa! Side note: I was rewatching Captain Marvel, the first one. Ronan's in that.
Really?
Ronan is in the first Captain Marvel. I don't know why.
I didn't remember that.
But at the end, he's the one that's controlling, like, I forgot what they're called, but the people who are hunting the scrolls.
Oh.
He controls them, and he's like their leader.
Oh, of course.
So it was really weird, because then she supposedly destroyed the ship.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Anyways.
Yeah, side note.
Chris Pratt's in everything, but he did great in this.
Chris Pratt is one of my guy crushes.
Okay. That's all right.
Can you blame me?
No.
Ryan Reynolds is also up there.
Who?
Ryan Reynolds?
Of course. Ryan Reynolds is at the top for like everyone.
Obviously.
But yeah, I mean, Chris Pratt killed it in this movie.
Everyone killed it.
Everyone
killed it. Like,
this movie was outstanding.
And the cast.
Yeah. The cast was outstanding. It was a star-studded cast.
It's just I love this movie.
I'm going to say it. Yondu was probably my favorite character in this movie.
And that is such a valid opinion.
Yondu was great. I think the whistle arrow is so sick.
It's
gotta be the coolest. It's got to be the coolest weapon in the MCU.
When he died, I cried.
Well, we're not at that phase yet.
Too bad.
Okay.
Too bad. I think my favorite character in that movie is either Drax or Rocket.
That's fair.
I'm a huge Rocket lover.
Yeah.
Oh, and Baby Groot.
Baby Groot was...
I know,
Wasn't he second movie? I don't think he was in this
he's second movie, but technically his little twig fell off.
Okay, sure.
Technically.
I also really enjoyed how this movie started by making Peter Quill look like an absolute goofball. Like the dancing scene with the rat was awesome.
Oh my god.
That was such a great movie opener.
Don't they go to the collectors too in this movie?
Yes. The opening
see that multiple times.
Yeah. The opening scene, they stole the what was it? I gotta remember what star it is.
What?
It's the purple one.
It's the purple one.
I know.
That's space. No, space is blue.
Space is blue. Power?
Yes, the Power Stone. And when they hold hands and they spread out the power between them and Peter Quill at the ending.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to remember it.
Oh, you're so lame.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, but what I will say is that it's a very poetic moment, that the fact that they visited the Collector in the first one, and then they visit it in Infinity War when Gamora died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, when she got taken from Peter, from where she met Peter. Like, that is such a poetic moment.
The entirety of the first 4 phases of the MCU are just perfect.
Except for a couple movies.
Except for a couple real stinkers. But the reason those are real stinkers is because they don't really mend with the other movies.
Or they just don't do anything for it. Like, the Incredible Hulk, I'm sorry. You could have just introduced Bruce Banner. I mean, True. Black Widow didn't have her own movie until 2020.
True.
Yeah, because she got released during the pandemic.
Yeah, her show got released during the... Is it a show or a movie?
It's a movie.
It's a movie. Her movie got released during
You can tell
pandemic.
you didn't watch it.
Correct.
All right.
It's okay. We'll get there. All right.
Take your guess. What is the Rotten Tomato score?
91.
Look at you go. 92.
Oh, man.
Keep
one off.
getting
I
one
was
off.
so close. So close.
So close, but so far.
It's okay.
No, this movie's amazing. This entire phase is pretty good, except for, the one.
I'm going to say if you were going to watch any one Marvel movie and not the rest, it should be this one. I think that's a valid statement. I loved this movie, not seeing any of the MCU. It's a fantastic standalone. This would be the first one you would
tell them?
Yeah. Yep. If you were going to watch only one MCU movie.
If you're going to watch only one MCU, watch Captain America Civil War.
It doesn't make a lot of sense without the rest of the context.
It doesn't need to. It'll make you want to.
That's fair, but I think if you're going to watch any MCU movie...
What are the first Avengers?
The first Avengers is good, but you're missing a lot of background there.
Okay, but the Guardians don't partake for, ages.
That's fine.
Ugh, fine.
The movie's great. I think you should... If you're going to watch any one, watch Guardians.
If we're talking about you.
Yeah, absolutely. If you've seen none of these movies.
Okay, technically, chronological order, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 takes immediate place after this.
Yes. But we're not talking about that.
It's not in chronological order.
Correct. However, we're going to move on to a movie that Mel's going to talk a lot about.
Oh my god, guys. If you know me, you know this is my favorite MCU movie of all time, and this is an unpopular opinion. But next we have Age of Ultron.
Avengers Age of Ultron. You gotta back it up.
Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yes, this movie came out May 1st, 2015. This movie was really good. And Mel's gonna go on for ages about
this movie is one of the best movies I've ever seen. I mean, you just have Ultron, who is a magnificent villain. Because you have the creation from Loki's scepter and the Time Stone. No, what is
not time.
Space?
It's
not
Mind
space.
Stone.
Mind Stone. The Mind Stone from Loki's scepter that they put together to create an AI. Of course, I love it. It's technology related.
Of
AI to create Ultron. And Ultron starts as his little weak, oh, you confused me.
I moved the book. Sorry.
This little weak robot thing, and then just the way the horror aspect of the first couple scenes, and then you have the whole party. You have the whole picking up Thor's hammer.
Yeah, that was cool.
What do you mean Captain America picked it up?
He didn't pick it up.
He moved it a little bit.
It. You could. I liked seeing the change in Thor's face as soon as he saw it wiggle. It went from oh, nobody's gonna lift up my hammer to, oh shit.
Fun little fact. This is me being nerdy and knowing this information, but you know that how they didn't have Black Widow pick it up and she said no?
Yes.
In most of the comics she can.
Really?
In most of the comics she can pick up Mjolnir.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's pretty sick.
That's pretty sick. But anyways, back to my absolute blessing of this movie. You have Ultron, who's this great villain, and then you have the whole fighting sequence.
Yeah. Which
you see Hulk. Hey, big guy, the sun's setting real low.
Yeah.
You don't understand that.
I do.
He does.
I do understand
and then you have the whole Tony getting flashbacks.
Yep.
And then you have Wanda Maximoff coming up and controlling Tony, making him see things, making him go insane, making him see the whole Avengers dead.
Yep.
Which is actually a cut to Endgame.
Yep.
Quote unquote. This movie is just so good. And then you have the whole backstory between Pietro and Wanda. And then you have Pietro sacrificing his life after him going back and forth with Hawkeye, sacrificing his life for Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And he's like, I bet you didn't see this one coming.
Yeah. Yeah. What's crazy to me is you didn't even talk about my favorite scene in this movie. The creation of...
I was probably getting there.
The creation of Vision.
Yeah, I was getting there.
Yeah.
Because then you have Bruce with this other lady. I don't know her name. I don't remember her name. But they are working on this synthetic skin. And that's what they use to fix Hawkeye when he gets hurt.
Yep.
When he's mind controlled.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the whole prison scene with all of them. Where Ultron's like, yeah, here's vibranium, bitch.
Oh.
It took me a second to realize that we were after 10. Yeah, here's vibranium, bitch. And then he got the vibranium from the guy who's actually in Wakanda, the first Black Panther movie.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. And then you have the creation of Vision with that vibranium that they got from the whole truck sequence.
Yeah.
Where you have Captain America and his shield, and then Black Widow and all of that.
Moral of the story, because you're gonna tell the entire movie's lore.
Plot.
But this movie is really good. I
With
think
the Mind Stone.
Personally, I put it above the first Avengers, but I don't think it can beat Infinity War and Endgame in my mind. But those, in my opinion, are really hard movies to beat. But this movie is very solid. Obviously, it centers around the core Avengers, which can never really go wrong. So, I mean, it was a great movie.
I mean, you get introduced to, Wanda, great. Scarlett Johansson, Elizabeth Olsen, amazing. Yep. I don't like Infinity War. They killed Wanda. I don't like Endgame. They killed Natasha.
That's why you don't like those movies?
I have some very hard feelings about Endgame.
Wild.
Anyways. And Ronan.
All right, and we're going to get into our final movie in Phase 2.
I didn't ask you your question.
Oh, what
is the Rotten Tomato score of this amazing movie? I will praise it. I will
86.
Get on my knees for it. 76.
Wow, that's kind of wild.
Right?
This movie was better.
Not many people liked it.
I thought it was good.
It is an unpopular opinion that this is my favorite movie.
Yeah. Well, it's still a good movie.
It's still a great movie.
But we do have to move on. The next movie we're going to talk about, and the final movie in Phase 2, was Ant-Man.
Yeah, I have no bad opinions about this movie. It was great. It was a weird addition. I'm not going to lie. Like watching in chronological order, going from Ultron to Ant-Man.
It's a weird jump, but I'm not upset about it.
What do you mean he's working? What's the shop?
Oh, I don't.
What's the ice cream place?
Oh,
it's a popular one.
Oh,
I cannot remember. Because what do you mean he's working at an ice cream place?
Is it Baskin Robbins?
Yes, Baskin Robbins, and he's like, he got fired because this guy's like, can I have a burger? He's like, we don't have burgers. He's like, can I have a burger? He's like, we don't have burgers. And then he got fired because he's a criminal.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And then he goes and steals a suit. Yeah, this is a whole.
The movie's great. I think Paul Rudd killed it.
Paul Rudd will kill anything. He's the only reason Quantumania was watchable.
That movie isn't watchable. That movie is terrible. You know I'm right. That's why you're saying nothing. You're just sitting in your chair.
Fun fact, he put out a new film recently that's called The Unicorn with Jenna Ortega. It's where they find a unicorn and they have to save it. It sucks.
That's gotta be the worst movie premise I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It's 63 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really? That's not good.
Yeah.
Come on,
yeah.
Rudd.
But
you can do better.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
What do you think the Rotten Tomato score is on this movie?
I'm gonna say 80.
83.
Okay. Yeah.
Tell me why this is better than Ultron.
It's not. That's why I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes. So
it's mostly accurate. Well,
mostly accurate.
Hope was in this movie.
Hulk was in this movie?
Hope was in this movie.
Oh, Hope. I thought you said Hulk. I was like, Hulk was definitely not in this movie.
No. Hope was in this movie. Oh.
Yes, she was.
One thing I do have bad about the MCU is how they changed actors for Cassie, his daughter.
Oh, yeah.
I hate the new one.
I didn't pay too much attention to that.
You didn't watch Quantumania, did you?
No. Quantumania was so bad, though.
You shit on these movies. You shit on these shows. Yet you have never seen them.
Are you going to tell me Quantumania is amazing, then?
No, I'm going to tell you
so
it's better than The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, that's comparing poop and shit. It makes no difference. They both suck.
The only good part about Quantumania is that it's funny. Because watching MODOK show up on that screen for the first time
I've seen theaters, that clip.
Because I watched it before it came out with my friends back at home.
Oh, is this when you worked at a movie theater?
This one, all of my friends worked at a movie theater. And I was just their plus one.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Wonderful time.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, no, this movie is great. No complaints, but it's also not one of my favorites.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, a solid spot.
It's like if I had to be, what's her name from Dance Moms? Abby Lee. You impressed me, but you weren't amazing. You're going at the 3 spot.
It's like, it feels like when you want a Baja Blast and you get a Mountain Dew. It's still good. Just a standard Mountain Dew.
You're going to hate me.
You don't like Baja Blast?
I don't like Mountain Dew.
Oh, no!
After watching the video of it dissecting a rat.
So what?
I know I put worse.
The look that Mel has given me in the studio right now.
Ugh.
All right, but that is it for MCU Phase 2. We can say it. This was...
All hail Ultron.
Yeah. I'm going to say it, though. I liked Phase 1. I don't know if this is better or worse than Phase 1.
I don't care what movies were in Phase 1. I don't care what movies were in Phase 2. Ultron is in Phase 2, and that's all that matters.
That's fair. But, yes.
There's a PSA going on, too?
Yes, we do have another PSA.
Public service announcement.
Grab one.
Brought to you by WXOU.
Yes,
88.3 FM.
Did you forget that it was FM?
No, I was taking my time. I also, yeah. Anyways, well, he's trying to find that. Why don't you guys follow us on Instagram? It is SNNF_official. If you are not already following, please do so. You can get updates on our shows. I post weekly.
Yep.
Funny little photos of us.
Yeah.
Punny.
Yeah. We'll put up more funny photos. I've had a lot going on with work. So I haven't.
He's a very busy man.
I'm a bit. Yeah. You know what? This is the first time you've actually agreed and said that I've been busy, so that's pretty crazy.
Sorry, I take it back.
But okay. I will be trying to put some more love into the Instagram account as well as the Spotify's and YouTubes. However,
put love into your baby.
Yes, we're gonna give. Okay, so we're gonna get into the next topic, but before we do, really quick, a PSA. When you open a book, you explore a new world. To find out more about the wonders of reading, visit www.loc.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Library of Congress, the Ad Council, and 88.3 WXOU. Now, this is a topic that Mel has been excited about.
It is time for our Geek of the Week.
Oh my gosh, you're so right.
Whoa, you forgot about our favorite segment.
It is my favorite segment.
For those of you who do not know, it is a 2-minute segment now where Jake and I get to talk about the most random things. Or
that didn't make the cut this week.
Didn't make the cut this week.
Which is really exciting. Is it me first or you first? You seem very passionate about Geek of the Week this week.
I have to figure out what I wanted to talk about.
Oh,
you know
my
what?
Gosh.
I could do it.
Whoa, Mel's starting.
I'm going to start, guys. Be scared.
All right, we've got 2 minutes. Ready? Go.
All right. Recently, I have been watching a show. If you know me, you know I've been watching the show. It's called Yellow Jackets, and I have been obsessed. If you have not seen this show, it is on Netflix, and it is on... What is it on?
I don't know. You watched this show. This is
Showtime, whatever. But season 1 is on Netflix. At least watch season 1. Season 1 is the best show. And they killed off one of my favorite characters.
Oh, no.
Season 1.
Season 1 they did?
Season 1.
That's How many seasons are there?
3.
Wow. They
killed her off season 1.
That's really early.
And it broke my heart. Absolutely broke my heart.
I remember you telling me about that, actually.
Yeah. No, it was like kind of crazy because you weren't expecting it. And then all of a sudden, she's dead.
Oh, well.
But anyways, we have some updates on WWE.
Yes.
Charlotte Flair's back. She fought in her first match. Her and Tiffany Stratton are going against each other in WrestleMania.
Oh boy.
So that'll be interesting.
When is WrestleMania?
April 4th, I think.
Oh my gosh, you got the date in your ingrained in your brain.
I?
That's true. That's true.
Think about that. Any other updates are... Well, they're not making a second season of Moon Knight. I'm pretty upset about that.
Yeah, you put that in our notes.
Yeah.
That's how I knew you were upset. You put it in our notes, and you don't normally type a whole lot in our notes. That's
one of their best going, like shows, and they're canceling it, but they're giving Hawkeye another season? Sorry.
Yeah, they need to make sure it's not as bad.
Yeah. But he's supposed to be in the MCU coming,
oh, really?
Maybe Secret Wars? I don't remember. He's not. I don't think he's going to be in this upcoming Avengers. But no, I'm really upset about that. But I will post probably something on our Instagram, like maybe a story. But I found this little like program. I sent it to you where you can play games with your friends, and every time one of them collects something or like gets an achievement, it'll randomize and give another person an item in their game.
Oh, I remember you telling me about that.
So the one I watched, it was like Minecraft, Dark Souls, and like a Sonic game. And it was a lot more, but like when the Sonic would beat a level, the Minecraft person will get one. But the Minecraft one would work different. Or like if the Minecraft one got an achievement, then...
Yeah.
Sorry, I went over.
She went over, but it's okay. because that is something I've been interested in. I guess you'll have to wait till next week to hear the rest of what that's about, but it's okay. It sounds really interesting. I definitely want to check it out. But
yeah, for sure.
All right, it's my turn. Geek of the week. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. As you guys know, I'm a huge Pokemon guy, so Pokemon it is this week. We had a pre-release for the new set this past weekend to come out.
Really?
So how pre-releases work is you get to play with the new cards early. So you get a pre-constructed 40-card deck, and then you get 4 booster packs. I'm a cool judge, and I give out more booster packs of the new set for people to open.
You hear that here, guys? He's a cool judge.
Yep, that's me. Cool guy. But, yeah, so we got that to open up early, which is super exciting. Because everyone in the store is ripping open the new set, trying to get the best pulls possible, and someone pulled a full art and Zoroark, which is something that I have been chasing, and I'm really jealous. How much money did you offer him? I didn't offer him anything. I won't buy any cards at pre-sale price because it's very scary. The market is crazy bad because scalpers get the pre-release kits. If you don't know what a scalper is, it's someone who buys an insane amount of product to sell at a higher markup. So scalpers are trying to rip a bunch of product and sell those cards at a wicked high price early on because they know people like me travel and need them for competition. But what's crazy is not even the pre-release was the most exciting part for me. The most exciting part was the staff promos. So if you run an event,
yes, store, you talked to me about this.
You get a set of staff promos. However, I work for an awesome shop, and they gave me both sets of staff promos. So I got both? Yes, I got a full double set of staff promos, which both went straight into decks because I'm a psychopath and I will never save them. I will always rip open because they put them in like their own little cellophane, so you can keep them nice. But I opened that and I'm gonna play with them. So
as you should.
If you see me at Atlanta, somehow
I'll be there.
I will be there.
I will be there.
No, you won't.
I will be there.
Okay. Yeah, you'll see me playing with those staffers. But anyways, that's our Geek of the Week. Now, we can get into a topic that Mel has been very excited about. She moved this topic up.
I was like, more people are going to be listening earlier in the day.
Mel wants to talk about it. We're going to talk about multiplayer games that ruin friendships. That's what we're talking about.
Honestly, for me, it was Minecraft.
Whoa!
Between my siblings and I.
That's a crazy...
When my brother...
That's a crazy start.
Would kill my dog.
Your brother would kill your dog?
Yes.
Is your brother a psycho?
Yes. Logan, if you're listening, I am attacking you right now. Wow. He would kill my dog. He would kill my sister's dog, and he would destroy our builds.
What?
And we couldn't do anything about it.
That's really crazy.
He owned all the servers.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, there's mine.
I've never had any friendship enders on Minecraft, I don't think. So that's crazy. I mean, that's a pretty dang peaceful game.
Well, when your brother kills your dog, or kills you.
See, I was the brother. I probably pissed someone else off. But I don't even know if I pissed someone else. If I pissed you off, DM us on Instagram and tell me, listen, Jake, you scumbag, you made me mad in Minecraft.
Please. Even if he hasn't pissed you off, please just send it.
That's horrible. Don't do that. Don't send it if I didn't actually make you upset.
Okay, what is your game?
Oh my god, it's Monopoly.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Monopoly was a family ruining game. My family will not play Monopoly anymore. Do you want to know why?
What'd you do?
My sister and I ganged up on my mom in Monopoly.
Oh.
Like, ruthless. Like, the kind of ruthless that you get from, like, a crypto bro who lost all his money. That kind of ruthless. Like, angry ruthless. Not, like, coherent thought.
What did you guys do?
We tried to rip her off so bad. Mom, if you're listening at home, I'm so sorry. This is why we won't play.
An asshole.
This is why we don't play Monopoly, because the whole family was heated. My dad was mad. My sister was mad. I was mad. She was obviously mad. Bad time. Can't do it.
Yeah, no, my parents will no longer play Monopoly with me.
I wonder why.
They also don't like how long it takes.
That's true. A game that takes a while that has, I think, I don't know, ruined a relationship of mine was Catan. Yeah.
That's valid. I've only played the game a couple times.
The game is great. I love the game. I got really, like, to give you an idea, my now ex and I used to play online. We would play Catan.
Online?
Yeah, there's an online Catan version.
Okay.
So we would play that, and I got really good at Catan for a minute.
Oh,
and
no.
I can't be better, I guess.
You ruined a relationship with Catan.
I didn't. That was like that was the starting point of when it started going downhill. Is when I continued to win Catan.
I'm just looking at a graph in my head of Jake's relationship.
The relationship going from
going
like
up. It's at a horizontal line, and then when Catan hits, it's straight down.
Just straight plummet.
Just straight down. It's no longer a graph.
Yep.
It
no
doesn't
longer
pass
a graph.
the vertical
it's just
line
a line
test.
Down. It does.
No,
it does.
no, straight lines don't.
Really? Wait,
yeah,
what?
you can't have 2 points on the same vertice.
Dude, your math exam hurt you.
It did. It broke me mentally. Oh yeah, it did. It really did. But like some others I like to mention is Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Or let me do you one better, Jake.
I'm ready.
Mario Party.
Oh boy.
Mario Party.
Are you still holding a grudge?
Against Ethan? Yes.
Yeah. That was tough.
He has beat us every time. What do you mean it's tough?
Yeah, he beats us like every time. See, for me, Mario Party isn't like... That one doesn't bug me as much because it's like... The game is so RNG that it's...
Are you serious? You took my stars every single time you could. Do you remember the last time?
I hit random to hurt.
Do you remember the last time we
feelings.
played? And I ended up going to Bowser multiple times because you guys kept switching with me right as I got to the star. What do you mean?
Okay, never mind. Now I remember.
Literally, this was so malicious and so intended.
No, the switching was random though.
No, it always went to the person closest to the star, and that was always me.
It's supposed to be random.
It's supposed to be random, but tell me why it was me every time when I was closest to the star.
Because it's funnier that way.
Every
it's funnier
time,
if it's you every
time. I was like 3 spaces away from the star.
Yeah, we would teleport you away.
They would randomly, quote unquote, switch.
It is random.
I call bullshit on that.
We're gonna ruin a friendship in the studio just so everyone's aware. Yeah.
I'm looking with malicious eyes towards you, Jake.
That's okay. You're stuck in this room with me for over another hour. So.
No.
A game I want to mention, it hasn't ruined friendships, but it's tarnished my friendships a little bit. Is Rivals of Aether 2.
Never played that one.
I'm not gonna say the F word, but I hate that game.
He fucking hates the game, guys.
I do hate it. I hate it so much.
I'll say it for you.
I hate that game so much. I'm not a big platform fighter guy. If you know me, that is like my least favorite party game is platform fighters. And almost every one of my friends loves them. Like everyone I play games with loves. And you're like, I'm so done. I'm tired of Smash. I'm tired of Rivals 2. Stop trying to get me to play platform fighters. They suck. They suck. It makes me angry. So
that's a valid
it's tarnished. It's tarnished relation. They're still my friends, but it's hurt our friendship for sure. Like, if you're listening and you ask me to play a platform fighter, just so you know, you've fallen a rung on my friendship ladder. You can go back up, but
Jake, do you want to play a platform fighter?
That's so messed up in the studio right now.
I don't own any.
I can't.
I don't know what you want from me.
That's true.
One of the games I'll mention might be a hot take. 2020 Among Us.
No, not a hot take at all.
I ruined a relationship of mine.
A significant
a relationship.
Other? Oh my god.
Yeah, I ruined a relationship of mine. Like I was playing with their friends, and it was like a whole bunch of them, and I killed them all.
Like
working
the real
with
psycho.
One of the friends.
Oh boy.
And they all hung up.
They all hung up? They just left?
Me and the friend were like, what do we do now? Like, this is just a game. And then from that point on, it went downhill.
Wow.
It needed to end.
It's like Catan. It's like my Catan relationship. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I remember 2020 Among Us was just kind of like a whole different beast in and of itself. It was a good... I think I can actually agree with you on this. I think it hasn't ruined a relationship of mine, but it has ruined friendship. Like, I don't talk to those people anymore.
And neither do I.
Could probably chop that up.
But it's also like 2020. Like, that was like 5 years ago.
That is true.
And
people change.
We've matured. Changes. I'd hope so.
I have for sure.
I hope I have.
But hey, that's okay.
But yeah, no, that's my really ruined relationship. But another one, Jackbox.
See, this one I don't get.
You haven't been there when Ethan has used my trust, betrayed my trust multiple times.
See, Jackbox doesn't matter. You just put the word "com" and then it's like the funniest joke on the planet.
I'm talking about the alien. Press the button.
Oh,
Press the fucking button.
That one's ruined relationships and friendships.
Yeah! You mean when I defended him with my soul and heart.
And he broke it.
He broke it. He, took my heart and then shattered it into 100 million pieces. Like, what do you mean? I trusted him, and then it happened twice. It happened
so
twice, too.
Can't believe that.
That or faking it.
I like faking it.
I love it. I don't get me wrong. I love push the button and love faking it. Those are my favorite two games. Hot take, okay. No, I think mine's the hot take. No, but faking it I love. But when you are like, oh yeah, I know you've done this, like backing them up, and they're the faker, and they raise their hand, and you're like, did you lie to me? Like, you haven't done this, or you have done this? Mm-hmm. You liar.
Social deduction games are kind of just like the end all be all of friendships and relationships, for 100%.
Sure. 100%.
So I think
even
that's
euchre, man.
Dude. Oh man, that's how this all started. That's how this show. That's how this show got on air. Is we have a buddy who's the president of Oakland University's euchre club currently.
Treasurer.
Mel is the treasurer, and I'm the secretary. I think.
If you guys are at Oakland University, please attend the euchre club.
Yeah, please. We need more people to play cards.
Monday and Thursdays from 6 to 8 in the Oakland Center.
Yes, I'll be there more now that I no longer have the job that I had. Which is big, but. Yeah, yeah, euchre is definitely one because I remember we played a tournament. It was you, me, Ethan, Liam. It was Mommy Paws and Daddy Paws. And
we were Daddy Paws.
Yeah, we were. And goddamn, we took dead last.
But that was also my second game.
Yeah, but dude, you made me so mad because you revealed your hand as the game went on. It's like, dude, what are you doing? At the same time,
it's my second game, guys.
It's your second game, so it's like, yeah, it is what it is.
At some point, I got all aces, and I was like, what do I do?
The king of support hands.
King of support.
Yeah, but.
No, euchre has ruined some of my friendships because the amount of time I'll be playing with Joe or even Ethan, I'm like, why did you play that? You're like, just for fun. What? What do you mean, just for fun?
Yeah. I think one that's a real friendship and relationship ruiner is Uno.
Oh my gosh!
And you put this on the notes page because you have here at OU
No Mercy.
Your No Mercy Uno. That sucks.
It sucks.
But we play it probably once every 2 weeks.
One of our friends has the specific rules, the jump in.
Oh, I know who you're talking. Mm-hmm. Is it Nora?
I wasn't gonna name drop, but yes.
Oh yeah, dude. What is the jump in?
That's so stupid. What do you mean?
It still catches me off guard.
And we'll just randomly
because normally we don't play with those rules, but when Nora jumps,
they're not real rules. Well, they're not.
They are real rules on the online game, but it's easier to jump in on the online game. That's fine, I get it. But when jump-ins are in real cards, it's okay, what just happened? Everyone doesn't know what's going on.
Especially in No Mercy. Especially that game is hard enough as it is. Because I've actually won more games of that than regular Uno.
That's crazy. I will say, Nora, if you're listening, you are great. You're an awesome friend. But what is that shit? What is jumping?
That is an insane rule. Speaking of card games, and speaking of Uno, some of the things that have ruined my friendships is game pigeon.
Whoa!
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I got really good at pool. I have
that makes
300
sense.
wins in pool. And the amount of people who will no longer play pool with me, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, a couple of my friends in high school, they would never play pool with me because of how good I got.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So if you're listening right now and you know me, send me a game of pool on Game Pigeon.
Don't do that.
Let me beat you.
Doesn't sound like fun.
Let me beat your ass.
So.
It sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
Because I get to be Haha, I'm better than you. Also, archery. I got really good at archery.
I beat you in archery. I beat you in that. I got really good at archery. You got really good at pool.
I got really good at pool.
I am not good at pool. I'm terrible at it.
In real life, too.
Whoa, what is this slander?
Whoa, you gotta let me finish my sentence. Okay. I said same.
Okay.
You know how much I suck at pool.
Yeah. What are you looking at your watch? Trying to get out of here faster?
Sorry, no. Nora texted me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nora.
She was like, I legit beat you the first time we played pool. Yeah, fucker. I wasn't trying.
Whoa.
Also, I accidentally got the black ball in. The 8-ball in.
Yeah, we're ruining friendships live on air, guys.
Live on air.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We're just ruining friendships. We're goofing around. Oh my gosh. I when we came up with this topic idea, I gave you like a little a sneak peek when we came up with it. A game that's ruined friendships for me was Halo Reach.
Oh yeah, you did talk about this.
On the Xbox 360.
You want to explain it to our listeners?
So, in probably I think it was 5th or 6th grade, I played Halo Reach with my buddy David on Xbox 360. And we used
David, if you're listening.
David, if you're listening, you're actually my goat. But, man, I remember, I don't know if it was, I think it was Halo Reach. We used to play Juggernaut, which if you haven't played Halo, have you played Halo?
I have played a couple of games, yeah.
Okay. Do you know what Juggernaut is?
You'd have to remind me.
Okay, so Juggernaut is randomly it selects one person in the lobby and they get double HP that recovers. And you have to everyone else has to gang up on the Juggernaut, and whoever gets them gets a point. And then a new Juggernaut comes. We used to play that 1v1 like psychos.
So there would be one Juggernaut.
Yes. And we would see how long it would take the other person to kill the Juggernaut. That made me so mad.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So mad.
Do you understand that premise?
It's horrible. Because when you die 70 times before you kill the Juggernaut. Because it's 1v1.
Yeah.
And we're both on equal playing fields, but he's got double health.
Oh my god. And was he always the Juggernaut?
It felt like it, but probably not. But wow, when I tell you we probably didn't talk for a couple months after
insane.
That. Well, in elementary school we were dumb, stupid kids. So, I mean, that's probably why. But yeah. It was crazy. I love Halo Reach. That's one of my all-time favorite games. Next to Pokemon Black and White. That one ruined friendships.
You just had a bunch of games that ruined your friendship.
I forgot to tell you about... So... In 6th grade, I used to be a part of the chess club in middle school. Talk about geek, talk about nerd, right? I was
There's no way.
In the chess club in middle school. I used to always lose the tournaments on purpose so that I could play Pokemon with my friends there. So we would play Pokemon, but I had an action replay. Do you remember those? So an action replay was a stick that you would put into your game slot of your DS, and then you'd put your game into that, and you could hack your game to get things in the game that you couldn't actually get.
I wasn't that. So I'm not that old, Jake.
Okay, well, whatever. So I did that, and I gave myself this Darkrai, and I've been nerding out about Pokemon stuff recently, learning about old stuff. Darkrai used to be wicked broken. It had 100% accurate move that put both opponents' Pokemon to sleep. And sleep was super debilitating.
I know what sleep does.
Do you? It's 1 to 3 turns.
I played with it once.
Yeah.
Remember you were on that call?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
I kept getting sleep and sleep and sleep. The one time I was literally so close to winning.
So imagine you're playing a double battle, so you have 2 Pokemon.
Yeah.
It hit both and put both to sleep. It was miserable.
That is actually insane.
And I hacked in a Darkrai. And that was the one thing I played all the time. And I seriously think that it messed up some of my relationships my friendships in middle school.
Yeah.
Because I remember not wanting to go to chess club for a while.
Oh my god. That is insane.
Yeah, so I love Pokemon Black and White, but getting a hacked Darkrai made some people really mad. So...
This might be a little off topic.
That's okay.
Ruining friendships in elementary school, dodgeball.
That's a game. That counts.
I was a goat at dodgeball in elementary school because I played softball.
Oh,
I
that's
play softball
cheating.
and I'm a girl.
You were a cheater.
Yeah, quote unquote. But every single time, like I would be the team captain. I'd have to choose. I'd be the last one standing because I could catch well, I could throw well.
That's
the amount of
awful.
people who stopped playing with me
Are you serious?
in elementary
You made
school
people stop playing dodgeball in elementary school?
because how hard I threw it.
Oh, that's so mean.
Yeah.
Wow. I
Yeah.
didn't even know that.
Yeah. Not a lot of people liked me in elementary school.
Well, that's really sad. I guess this counts too. I used to play soccer in elementary school. That one ruined friendships for me, but not at the fault of the players, at the fault of the coach. I wanted to be in the offense or the middle. That was all I wanted. And he only put me on defense. Only place he ever put me. And it's elementary school sports. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm a
come
kid.
on.
I want to
Give
be in
him
the
a
front
shot.
every once in a while. Right?
Give him a shot.
It never happened. And that made me so upset with the other. Like, obviously, now I don't care. But, like, elementary school, Jake was pissed. He was like, dude.
I mean, as he should be.
True.
As
Couldn't
he
get
should be.
into the offense position. I was just always on defense. And that stunk really bad.
No, I had that same thing basically happen in softball.
Oh, really?
It was because of the coach, and one of the coaches was an absolute asshole to me and my family, and
Really?
I stopped talking to his daughter.
Wow. That's crazy.
I'll have to tell you that lore later, but
Yeah, that one maybe a little past the
the games.
the show. Yeah, but
All right, well, guys, it is almost our halfway point through the night.
yeah, we're almost there. Trying to figure it out. I'm looking at some of these ad reads because we're about halfway. I love our station, but why are there like 8 of the same pages in here? It's killing me. So we're halfway. Why don't you run them down on Who Said That?
Oh, who said that? Okay.
One of our favorite segments. Probably my favorite segment.
Your favorite segment, not my favorite segment, because I keep losing. Every single time, guys, I always lose. I've lost the past, 4? Have we done? Is this our 5th show?
This is our 5th one.
Wow. Second on air. But basically, we have an awesome segment that we are very excited to share. Each week, we'll alternate between myself and Jake, where we will say a quote from a character in a show, movie, or video game. And then guessing with no hints gives 3 points. Or you can ask for 1 to 2 lifelines. Lifeline 1 is asking if they are from a show or a video game or movie. And lifeline 2 is a name of another character from that same franchise or movie, show, game. This week, it is Jake giving a quote to me.
Yes. Yep. So currently we are 2-0. My favor. What can I say? I can just guess a couple quotes.
I gave you easy ones, though.
You're overthinking. So, before we get into that, though, we do have a quick PSA from WXOU 88.3. There's not enough art in our schools. To find out more about what you can do, visit americaforthearts.org, because the less art kids get, the more it shows. Art, ask for more. A public service message brought to you by Americans for the Arts and the Ad Council. Now, it's my turn to give Mel a quote.
No.
This one's not too bad.
No,
It's not
I'm going to overthink it.
You are going to overthink it, but it's okay.
It's okay.
All right, are you ready?
No.
Are you ready now?
No.
I'll wait.
Okay.
All right. This is a short and sweet one. Is this the forehead of security?
What the fuck is this? What?
Mm-hmm. It's a really good quote.
Can you re-say it?
Is this forehead of security?
Is this forehead of security? The fuck?
I know you've seen them. I know you know what this is from.
No, I actually have no idea.
I know.
Now.
Okay.
Is this the forehead of security?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a toughie.
I'm thinking Nick Fury.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a lifeline. Tell me another character from that.
You gotta go show, then character.
Bro, what?
That's the rules. We've gone over it.
I want to go with Nick Fury. But I don't know.
It's up to you.
Re-say it.
Is this forehead of security?
Okay, give me the first lifeline.
First lifeline is it a game, show, or movie? It is from a movie.
Give me a character.
Happy Hogan.
Fucking hell, what? Is it? Now it's making me think, is it Iron Man? Because I can't think of a movie that Nick Fury's in with Happy.
Mm-hmm.
Say it one more time.
Is this forehead of security?
I have to go Iron Man.
You got it this week. That's it.
Yes! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god!
She's on the board.
I'm on the board. It is 2-1 now.
It is 2-1. Oh. Yeah, that is Iron Man.
Iron Man
talking to
2?
Nope, that's Iron Man 3.
3.
It's Iron Man 3 when Happy gets promoted to head of security to watch over Pepper.
Yeah, I would have never guessed that if you didn't tell me Happy.
Yeah, I gave you Happy because it makes no sense. Because the full quote is, hello, from Happy. Then Iron Man says, is this forehead of security? Because the video feed is just showing Happy's forehead.
Oh.
That's all it's showing. And then Happy replies with, what? Look, I got a real job. What do you want? I'm working. I've got something going on here.
Oh my god, that's great. That's amazing.
Yeah, so you've got it.
You
are on the board. It's 2-1.
Guys,
still my lead, guys.
I'm on the board.
It's okay. It's still my lead. You haven't passed me yet, so it's okay.
I'm waiting.
I'm waiting. Nice.
I'm waiting.
You better stop waiting and start getting into it.
I just did. Be nice. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like I'm being bullied.
Now that
we're bullied. No, I'm not gonna let you speak. I feel bullied and ashamed, and I just got one right. You should be proud of me.
I am proud of you. Anyways, we're gonna move on to our next topic. Going into our second hour, it's gonna be the rise of indie games. This is one that I am very excited about. I'm a huge indie game nut. I'm a big fan of indie games.
Yeah, you and me both. Indie games, indie music, just indie stuff. Because some of my favorite games, like Stardew Valley, is an indie game.
Oh, Stardew Valley is a fantastic game.
Amazing game. Like, if you haven't played it, play it.
Yeah, that is one that I recommend.
You haven't tried to 100% it?
Not me. I have not done. I've not gone that far.
Yeah.
It's one of those games I want to put more time into, but I feel like if I put more time into it, I'm going to do nothing but play Stardew.
Yeah, right. You
know what I mean?
But that's actually so much fun.
It's so much fun.
Especially with the mods.
I've not gotten into any mods.
Oh, the mods. I, again, never really, I played it on my PlayStation, and God forbid, that's not easy.
Yeah.
Because you got to use your little joystick as a mouse.
Yeah, that sounds really tough.
So, just playing that and watching so many playthroughs, so many 100%.
Yeah.
My YouTube watching.
Your YouTube watch is just all stuff like that. Stardew is a great game. I love that it's online multiplayer.
Yes.
Online multiplayer Stardew is a...
Because didn't they just release that like a year ago?
I don't remember. 2 years ago? It feels like it was longer than that.
I thought it was...
You got the Google machine. Look it up.
I do.
Being able to play a farming simulator game that's as expansive as Stardew is awesome. You know something really cool? You can actually marry your friends in multiplayer.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Like, not just the NPCs?
Yeah, so in Stardew Valley, you're actually able to, fulfill romance quests with the NPCs.
Okay.
But in multiplayer, you're able to buy a wedding ring and get engaged and married to one of your multiplayer friends. It's really cool. It's really goofy.
You just don't put your beds next to each other and call it quits? Multiplayer was released in 2018.
Yeah, that was definitely more than a couple of years ago.
My bad.
That's okay.
My bad.
But
I know an indie game that you're gonna love is Undertale.
Oh my god, I love Toby Fox games.
We've talked about that before, but it's just such a great game. It's
hard to not come back to.
Right.
It's hard to not come back. It's like the prime example of indie game gone right.
And if you haven't tried 100% that, what are you doing?
I have. That one I have 100%.
We know.
Yeah. I absolutely adore Undertale. The characters are outstanding. I mean, one of our first shows that we ever did, we had a full half an hour dedicated to Undertale. That's how much I love Undertale.
Well, the characters were great. The dialogue's great. Even the gameplay is great.
The fight?
The graphics?
I love them.
They're amazing.
The pixel art graphics, I am a huge fan of.
It's just such a great art style, and they capture that in such a great way with this character and this expansive story that you just fall into and you're not expecting.
Yeah, I mean, going into it and learning more about the lore, too, especially between, like...
Papyrus.
Here's a crazy one. Papyrus and Metaton were good friends, and apparently there was some sort of relationship. Same with Toriel and Sans.
I knew that. I knew the Toriel and Sans. But wow. Okay, I'm a big horror person, so some of the indie games that I like, Little Nightmares.
Ooh.
That game I love.
It's a good one.
1 and 2. Like, just being able to watch, like, my favorite YouTubers just play that and, like, not know what to expect, and you're just this little person with this yellow raincoat.
Yeah.
Jumping through this world with these horrifying looking monsters. If you have not seen Little Nightmares.
Little Nightmares, it is a great game.
Even just search up the villain, like the monsters.
Oh yeah.
In the game.
Yeah, they're crazy. I mean, the game is really wild, and it's such an experience. I have played that one.
Did you play number 2?
I didn't play 2. I got the first one for free on Steam.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's just a great game.
Outstanding.
I mean, even the boss battles too.
Yeah, the boss battles.
Battle, the first one, creeped me out, and then the second one, you have a little friend.
True.
So you should play the second one if you get some time.
Yeah.
If you get some
Little
time.
Nightmares is just a great series in general. I think it's just like. It's that atmosphere that the game creates that's so wild.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You know?
I mean, it's the indie vibe. Because you got Inside. Have you ever played that?
I don't think I've played Inside, but I've seen gameplay of it. Inside is another crazy good one.
Crazy, amazing.
The story of that one's... I remember watching the end scene for that one. The game end. Like, what?
I know.
It was a crazy way to end that game.
I haven't seen the ending, personally.
Okay, well, I won't spoil it then, because it's
don't
crazy.
Spoil it. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
I started playing it.
Oh, really?
So, like, a little kid not knowing it was a horror movie. No, not horror game. Or, like, indie horror game.
Yeah.
I got scared shitless. I stopped playing immediately. I love horror movies, cannot do horror games.
I can't do horror games at all.
Oh, my God.
I'm barely a horror movies guy. Like, every once in a while, I'll indulge.
Indulge is crazy.
But I will not play horror games.
Crazy.
Shifting gears a little bit. One indie studio that I love is called The Behemoth. I don't know if you recognize.
Give me some games.
I will in a second. It is
in a second.
It is almost my birthday company. It was founded on May 27th, 2023.
Shit.
I was born on May 23rd, 2003.
Wow.
The Behemoth is responsible for games such as Alien Hominid, Castle Crashers, Battle Block Theater, Pit People, Alien Hominid, Invasion, and Behemoth. I love Castle Crashers.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of that.
Castle Crashers. It's gotta be it's probably in my top 5 favorite games of all time.
And why?
It is, I kid you not, the most bare bones version of a what is it? A beat 'em up. It's just a beat 'em up game. And it's so fun. It's up to 4-player co-op on the same screen. I remember playing Castle Crashers with my dad, actually. My dad and I, whenever he was home, we used to play a lot of games together. And Castle Crashers was one of them that we loved to death. I think I got almost every character unlocked in that game. To give you an idea, to unlock characters in that game, you have to beat the game with a specific character to unlock the next one. Right? So you had to beat the game with each of the 4 original knights once to get the next character. Then with that character, you got to beat it again to get the final one in that, like, group.
Oh my god.
And then after that, you unlock characters just by playing the game. Like, you unlock the peasant, you unlock the trying to think. There's like a dragon that you unlocked, ninjas, stuff like that. And you had to beat the game with them to get another character. I think I unlocked... I want to say I unlocked every single character in that game. And I think I beat the game over 30 times.
I mean, you'd have to unlock all the characters.
The game was outstanding. It still holds the test of time. I remember I used to play the Red Knight because he had... So the original 4 knights were blue, orange, green, red. Blue was ice, orange was fire, green was poison, red was lightning. And I thought lightning was cool as a kid. And that's the one I always played. One thing I did want to say, though, something I'm super excited about, Castle Crashers is getting an update, which is insane. They're getting a new DLC. To give you an idea, crazy. Castle Crashers, the original Castle Crashers, was released August 27th, 2008. That's when this game came out. DLC? It's getting a DLC now in the remaster. The remaster was released... it was released for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, September 17th, 2019, and that's what they're updating. They're coming out with... Let me make sure I don't butcher it. They're coming out with the Painter Boss Paradise DLC, which allows you to create your own custom characters.
Oh, you're going to eat that up.
Let me turn my laptop around so you can see how goofy this art style is.
Oh my god, I love that.
Castle Crashers has one of the goofiest art styles I've ever seen. One of the funniest endgame twists. This is one that I will sit you down with. Sorry, I will sit down with you and we will play this game. The campaign's short. It's probably like 4 hours.
Yeah.
But
I'm down.
I love it.
I'm down. We'll have an episode about it.
Yeah, we should play it this week. Are you doing anything crazy this week?
Maybe.
Not anymore.
Maybe not.
Not anymore. We're canceling it. We're playing Castle Crashers.
I know we got a little off topic. So, do we think indie games are often better than AAA games?
I'm going to say yeah.
I'm going to say yeah. And honestly, I think indie games are, like...
I think indie games are the future of gaming.
I mean, one of my favorite indie games, Slime Rancher.
Yeah, that game is so good.
It's so good. It's a classic. I mean, there's a second one, like...
Yes, Slime Rancher is a great game. It's like a farming sim with slimes, which is like the easiest and most simple way to put it.
Yeah.
But the game is so cool.
Yeah, no, I love the game. I will always love the game. Yeah. That one, have you seen the game Potion Crafter?
I haven't. That one I haven't seen.
It came out on Game Pass for a little bit. I played it. Loved it. You're going to check it out. It's like a black and white art, like drawing style game. Ooh. Where you create these potions and you like sell them, but there's a whole story to it. So
what is it called?
Potion Crafter. Super simple, super easy.
Is it Potion Craft?
Something like that.
I think I see Potion Craft.
Probably. I could.
Oh, is it like almost? Is it almost like a scroll-esque looking game?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I see it. This looks super sweet.
That one and the Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah, that game is great.
I thought I got it wrong for a second.
No, you got it right.
Yeah, no, that's an amazing game.
Yeah. Why don't you tell the listeners at home a little bit about the Untitled Goose Game?
The Untitled Goose Game? I've never played it personally.
What?
I know.
Wait. I was leaning back for a second in my chair, but I had to sit up.
You forget I play on Xbox.
It's on Game Pass.
Is it?
Yeah. Untitled Goose Games are on Game Pass.
For Xbox?
I'm pretty sure.
No, we have the GOAT games.
No, I'm 90% sure we have Untitled
four
Goose.
GOAT games. Okay, you look that up.
I'm gonna.
Basically, the Untitled GOAT game, from my viewpoint, watching YouTubers play it, is basically where you have different tasks as is GOAT. Not GOAT, oh my gosh. Duck. Goose.
The Untitled Goose Game?
Goose.
What are you doing?
You've never played that game?
No.
Duck, Goose?
Oh, Duck, Goose? Yeah, I've played Duck, Goose.
He didn't have a childhood, guys.
I'm confused on what you're talking about, because I thought you were talking about Untitled Goose Game.
Yes, I was, and then I accidentally said goat, and then I said duck, and then I said goose. Okay, anyways, but you're this goose, and you have these different tasks, like break into this building. There was a shop that you could break into, or like piss off this farmer.
Yeah.
Not like that, but
so
like
funny.
Doing these different tasks as a goose and pissing everyone off is like the best part about the game, and I think it's multiplayer too.
I don't believe so. I'm not seeing multiplayer.
I'm wrong.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yes. I'm not
You're
wrong.
right.
I'm right.
Local multiplayer, 2 players.
Oh, Oh, one more other indie game I really want to mention. I love it to death, and I will never say no to this game. Papers, Please.
Oh,
that is my child. That is my baby. I have watched
game is really good.
So many playthroughs on it.
Did you ever play it?
What do you think?
No. I've played Papers, Please.
It is such a great game.
Papers, Please is a game about... Is Papers, Please the one where you're accepting and declining entry to I think it's a Russian country?
Yes, it's a Russian country. Let me search that up.
So basically, you're either accepting or declining people coming into a country, and you need to make sure that they're not bad people. And so all you're doing is really checking over like their credentials. Imagine Border Patrol playing as a Border Patrol agent in a game. But the story is wild. The story is really cool.
Arstratska? Yeah, that's the country.
That's gotta be somewhere in Russia.
No, I think it's fake. It's dystopian.
Oh, that makes more sense.
But this game is amazing. Like, I can't recommend it enough. Like, just watching the video's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, this one came out last year, 2 years ago. Stray.
Oh, Stray was great.
Stray was a great game. I played that one a little bit.
Stray you play as a cat. In a future cyberpunk dystopian society. And you're literally just a cat. I mean, the art style is insane. The graphics are insane.
The story.
The story is great. The story
is impeccable.
And I mean, these are games made by small companies.
And that's the best part. You're supporting these smaller companies who aren't this big monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who don't have these franchises. These are the small companies who make this out of a passion project.
Right, like, and that's definitely the best part.
And also another one we haven't mentioned, Cyberpunk.
That's not a...
You wouldn't call it indie?
That's a AAA project.
Oh, shit. My bad.
Look at you. I got another game that starts with a C. Cult of the Lamb.
That's the one where you're the lamb and you have to sacrifice people for...
Yeah, you build up your own cult.
Yes, I love watching playthroughs.
But it is like one of the coolest art styles I've seen for a game since a game I will talk about in a minute. But so basically it is a roguelite. I'm a huge fan of roguelites, all rogue things in video games. And so it's a base builder and a roguelike combined. It's so fun. The combat, the dodge rolls are awesome. Being able to upgrade your hat into this all-powerful weapon as the game goes on is so cool. It's such an awesome game. And I mean, watching this game explode when it was released is probably one of the coolest parts. Because this was made...
It's so unique.
It was such a unique game. It's something that no one was really ready for. And it took off like crazy.
I mean, Steam, it's a 10 out of 10. PlayStation, it's 4.5 out of 5.
It's
an impeccable
one
game.
of my favorite indie games. But my favorite indie game is reserved for one game. A lot of people already know. It's Hollow Knight. My favorite indie game of all time.
You would be so proud of me. I watched a playthrough on it.
That's not playing it. I need you to sit down and engross yourself into Hollow Knight.
I need you to sit down and watch the MCU.
I have been.
Mm-hmm.
No, I kid you not. I had...
pulled up right now.
I had Civil War open. I was watching it.
Oh, that's Civil War. You've seen Civil War.
Yeah, but I'm rewatching everything. Anyways...
no, that's a great game.
Hollow Knight is a Metroidvania, which is another game style that I adore and am in love with. Where basically you are this little bug in this abandoned city, this abandoned atmosphere in this abandoned land, and you are just adventuring around this area trying to learn more about it. Right. You at some point acquire the Dream Nail, where you can learn about people who lived in the city and died before.
I feel like I'm getting so many spoilers.
No, the Dream Nail is pretty early.
Okay.
The boss fights in this game are
insane.
Some of the best boss fights in gaming, period.
Heard that here, folks.
Some of my favorite boss fights ever. because the movements you have to do to get around their attacks, the attacks that you have opportunities to, I mean, the game is just outstanding to the point to where Team Cherry, which is the developers of this game, stated that they are making a sequel called Hollow Knight Silksong. They announced this game in, I think, 2018. People are on there's a YouTube channel that all they're doing every day is posting if there was a Hollow Knight Silksong update. We've been waiting for the game for years.
What, that's 7 years now?
We've been waiting a long time. Xbox leaked it. They leaked it onto their store, and so it got put on Steam with a trailer. And it looks outstanding. You play as a different character as opposed to the knight. You play as Hornet. Do you know Hornet?
Yeah.
It's the one with the longer nail with the thread and the cape. That
you lost me.
That's fine.
I'll play it.
I'll show you a picture of Hornet. You'll know who Hornet is even if you've seen gameplay. So you're playing as Hornet, and Hornet is one of the coolest looking characters. There's Hornet.
Oh, yeah.
You meet her super early into the game, so the sequel is going to be focused on Hornet. That is the main character. And when Team Cherry was interviewed about Hollow Knight Silksong, they told interviewers that the game was going to be 4 times larger than Hollow Knight.
I wonder why it's taking them so long.
Which is insane, because Hollow Knight, if you 100% Hollow Knight, it's like it's probably close to like 50 to 60 hours.
I watched someone 100% that.
Yeah, that game is so good. I like the speedrunning community behind it. I've seen people beat Hollow Knight in like, I think it was under an hour.
That's insane.
The boss fights in the game are nuts. Actually, hold on. I'm going to look it up.
Well, you look that up. I'm just going to go through a quick little like speed run of my favorite indie games, or things I've seen, or things that you and I would both know. Inscription.
Yep. Oh my god. Balatro.
Pal Worlds.
Did you say Balatro? How'd you say that?
I said it wrong. I'm not saying it again.
It is Balatro.
Balatro.
Game
Subnautica.
Yes.
Let's see what else. Vampire Survivors. I know you haven't played this, but I've played it. Love it. Amazing.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it.
Terraria.
I don't love that one.
I know. Here's one of my favorites. Number 1 and number 2. Cuphead.
Yeah, Cuphead is really good.
I know you don't like quote-unquote platformers. I mean, it's kind of a platformer. Depends how you look at it.
That one's a different story. It's a co-op platformer. It's not a PvP platformer.
Yeah.
So we'll let it slide.
That one, I love Cuphead. Binding of Isaac.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I love roguelites and roguelikes. And the Binding of Isaac birthed that game genre. And I love it to bits and pieces. That game
genre is amazing.
Game genre is so good.
And then Citizen Sleeper, I've recently been playing. The Stanley Parable.
Oh, Stanley Parable's really good.
From way back when?
Yeah, that one's a really good game.
Ugh, it's just, there's so many good ones.
I think moral of the story is, at least in my opinion, the future of gaming
is indie.
No longer relies on those AAA titles.
And honestly, the AAA titles are kind of sucking.
Some of them are good. Let's be honest. Without Marvel Rivals, we would have never really came on this show knowing what the hell to talk about.
Fine.
But at the same time, the uniqueness of these indie games is unmatched. I mean, some of the stories that these games create, some of the atmospheres that they paint with such a small team is something that we should be expecting from AAA, and we're not getting for the most part.
And as someone who's in the computer science field, it's amazing to see these small companies, these small indie companies creating these games that are masterpieces and allowing these small-time game developers opportunities to make games, to fulfill their passions. And that's why they're so good, is because it is a passion project, not just a moneymaker.
Which is the biggest thing.
I mean, and then you have all the
microtransactions.
Well, that too. I'm a big strategy / honestly roleplay game. So like Stardew Valley strategy. Yep. When I was looking here, Vampire Survivors kind of started. Oxygen not included.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you played that one. Factorio, that's a pretty good one. I mean, Subnautica, most of those are like, it's all indie. And indie, I think indie is taking over. And I hope indie takes over. Because it is a passion project. It is fun for us great gamers. And it provides so many more job opportunities for those in that field.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I think the RPG game genre is kind of in this stagnant spot. The last RPG game that I've really fallen in love with was probably Child of Light. I don't even know if you've heard of that game.
No.
It was a game on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in April of 2014. I played through that game with my mom.
Really?
It had one of the most fun combat systems in an RPG game. It was developed by Ubisoft, in my opinion. The last good Ubisoft game.
I recognize that.
But since then, it feels like the genre has been falling. But these indie developers keep coming out with these awesome games that just continue to show up AAA.
And blow them out of the water.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'd rather play a game like Stray than a AAA game.
Another COD game.
Yeah. I mean, the CODs are fine,
but
they're not special. They're making the same ones over and over and over again with different, like, oh, this one's in space. Oh, this one's World War II.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just think a lot of indie games coming out are just killing it, and they're just showing up everything.
I mean, is there any I feel like there's not, like, you can't even compare them.
No.
They're two different categories at this point.
They're two different categories, but I'm gonna pick indie if I could pick.
If you told me I could either play AAA games or indie for the rest of my gaming career, I would choose indie games.
Always.
150%.
I think one of the best examples of indie blowing AAA out of the water recently is Repo. Have you heard of Repo?
No.
Repo is a have you heard of Lethal Company?
Yes, that is
Imagine Lethal Company with goofy physics.
I'm looking at a video right now. It is
one of my favorite games to watch and to play. Only
on Steam?
I know. We got to get you a better laptop so you can play it.
This laptop's my baby.
It's going to blow up if we try to put this game on there.
Exactly.
But it's such a blast. It's so crazy that games like Repo are $10 or like they're $10 or $20 on Steam.
This is
I think it's $10.
It is $10.
$10 full price. And this is a game that will get hours and hours of laughs and hours of fun.
Yeah.
But I spend $70 on the new COD.
Yeah.
And it's dead already.
Yeah. It died so quickly. I mean, the only good thing about COD, I think, is the zombies. Definitely.
I love COD zombies. We'll have an episode for that.
Yeah.
I 100% Black Ops 3.
Really?
Zombies.
We didn't have Black Ops 3. We had Black Ops 4. That was the first one I played.
Yeah, we'll fix that. Because I have an Xbox and I have the actual disc.
Oh my god, we could play together?
I'm going to bring over my Xbox and the disc. Anyways,
one more game I'd like to mention. I don't know if this counts as indie. Phasmophobia. I don't know. Is that indie or is that AAA?
It's a good question.
Let me search it up. You talk.
Look it up. Look it up. I'm going to talk about a different game. Phasmo is great, but a game similar to Black Ops Zombies, actually, that is an indie game, let me find it. It's called Skur Ritual. It is an indie game that follows basically COD Zombies round-based modes. It has Easter eggs, and the graphics are awesome. It's meant to be kind of this crazy twist on zombies that we haven't seen from Activision and Treyarch in forever. And the game was great. In the beginning, people were afraid it was going to be the COD Zombies killer because it was good.
Ooh.
The wonder weapons were good.
The maps
were solid. It had free updates.
Whoa.
They've come out with 2 free maps since it launched in 2024.
COD could never.
They are now.
Well,
because they have to. And it's
these
indie games that are setting these precedents for these bigger companies, and I love it. I love it.
I mean, it's like the small chains, like, for businesses.
Yeah.
And that whole legal stuff, too.
Absolutely.
But yes, Phasmophobia is from an indie company.
Yeah, so. I thought so.
I figured.
Phasmo's a great game. I'm not a big fan, but I will.
You don't like horror.
I will. I will admit
that
Phasmophobia is a fantastic game.
It is a fantastic game.
It's just it's like a ghost hunt-esque type of game.
That's what it is.
It's
not.
It feels like you're almost one of the Ghostbusters, except instead of catching the ghost, your whole goal is to figure out who the ghost is.
It's so much fun. It's so unique, and it's fun to play with friends too.
Oh yeah, it's a blast.
It's an amazing game. I mean, all of these games that we've mentioned, I recommend playing for anyone.
Yeah. Oh my God, one more indie game I forgot to mention. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's a game called Tiny Glade. I haven't actually played it, but my mom has played it, and I've watched her play it, and my God, it is some of the best graphics I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm just looking at a photo of this. It looks absolutely amazing.
It's stunning. It's such a cool-looking game, and you build up this world and these cities, and it changes to night and day cycles.
I'm going to have to check it out.
It's so relaxing to watch. Please? It's so relaxing. I'm very happy that we have a PC in the living room of my house that I get to watch my mom play that game. Moral of the story, indie games are the future.
They're the future, and I hope they do take away AAA.
Yeah. Yeah. Or at least teach AAA that they have to try a little bit more. They gotta put a little bit more elbow grease into it. But that's all we have time for today for
Feel free to put comments in our Spotify.
In our Spotify and our YouTube. Let us know some indie games that, in your opinion, beat out the AAA titles we're getting recently.
Just your favorite indie games.
Absolutely. But before we get to our final topic of Sunday Night Nerd Fest, quick PSA. Finishing up your Starbucks, but are in a rush, don't throw it on the ground. Take it to a trash can. There are nearly 50 billion pieces of litter along U.S. roadways and waterways. All those small pieces of receipt paper, disposable vapes, and plastic cups really add up. Make sure you put your items in the trash or a recycling bin. Do not litter. This PSA is brought to you by 88.3 FM, WXOU, and Keep America Beautiful.
That's actually a huge thing for me. I mean, starting to drive, that was something I said I'd never do.
Yeah.
I'm never going to, it doesn't take long for me to just go and put something in a trash can when I get home. Come on, guys. Especially cigarette butts.
My mom is super, I don't smoke. You don't smoke either, but that one does bug me. What's cool is my mom has these little Amazon garbage cans that fit in the side of your car door.
Wow.
They're really sweet.
Okay.
Get one of those. I'll send you the link. But anyways,
I don't have money right now, Jake.
They're like $5. You'll be fine.
I don't have money.
Okay.
Accessible.
Our final topic tonight, topic 4, are single player games dying.
I mean, you know me.
I think we might have differing opinions on this. I want to hear your opinion first.
As someone who plays on Xbox, who has friends who play on PC, all I do is play single player games.
Really?
All I do. I mean, except for Marvel Rivals, I don't play with friends. Except for on Minecraft. Maybe that's it. Or games that are meant to be multiplayer. Like Core Keeper.
Yeah.
And Pal Worlds that we played together. I play them alone.
Yeah.
I love single player games. Inscription.
But do you think single player games are dying? That's the question. Do you think that studios are no longer focusing on single player aspects of games?
Studios, yes. Small companies, no.
That's fair. I think, personally, single-player games are in a worse spot now, but I think they could make a huge resurgence. Huge resurgence. I remember when Hollow Knight came out in 2018. Single-player games exploded. People saw, Metroidvanias. People saw games that were meant to be played single-player, even if they had a multiplayer.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Played through the single-player. A great example of the shift from single-player focus to multiplayer focus is actually Call of Duty. Yes. I think Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first 3 Modern Warfare games, not the new ones, the ones in the 2000s, are fantastic examples of how we've strayed from single-player to multiplayer, because looking at those 3 games, the campaigns in those games are outstanding. The story that they tell, the characters they build up is outstanding. If you looked at the past 3 Call of Duty campaigns that have come out, they're not even close on the par. It's not the main focus. And it's definitely something that is moving further and further away, especially with live service and stuff being such a huge thing. I mean, I love Rivals to death. I love Marvel Rivals, but you have to admit it's killing single player.
Yeah, unfortunately, but like Undertale, single player.
Right,
Inscription,
but
single
recently.
player. Cyberpunk, single player.
Yeah.
Elden Ring, single player. Spider-Man, single player. God of War, single player. Horizon, it's all console. All console. Most of it.
I never thought about that.
God of War, PlayStation exclusive. Marvel Spider-Man, PlayStation exclusive. Horizon, Forbidden West, single player.
Yeah. I think single player gaming is in a tough spot right now. I really hope we get back to some outstanding single player games. Like I said earlier, I played Child of Light in probably 2015, 2016 when it came out. And that game still has a very, very close spot to my heart. It's something that I remember, and that's something that I feel like we're getting further and further away from, is games that we remember, the stories that were outstanding. I will preach till the day I die that Pokemon Black and White was a phenomenal game.
Single player.
The focus was single player. The story was so good. And now we're moving far away from that. And it's a great example, like, looking at Black and White, the game was single player only until you wanted to do a battle with a friend, trade with a friend.
And that's how it should be.
And that's it. Or the end game with the dream, I forget what it's called, the dream world, I think is what it's called, where you could be in a dream world with one of your friends. Looking at Scarlet and Violet, which are some of the newer Pokemon games, they are focused heavy on the gate on their multiplayer aspects. You can play through the entire game with someone. You're losing that multiplayer aspect that made Pokemon so special. It's the same thing with all of these games right now, where we're losing the passion behind the storytelling, and we're moving more towards keeping people hooked forever.
Well, I mean, that's why you have a single player game, is the story. I mean, all the
absolutely,
the story games, like oh my god, why am I just blanking? Some of the horror games, Until Dawn. Until Dawn's great. Love Until Dawn. Yeah. They're coming out with a movie.
Really? Mm-hmm. That I didn't know.
Yeah, they're coming out with a movie Until Dawn, but like The Life is Strange, The Quarry, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, What Remains of Edith Finch. That's a great one. But like those games, all single player, and they're great. They're amazing. It's all story driven, but you can't really play those multiplayer.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And I think recently games have been moving more towards multiplayer, and it's sad. I think some of my favorite memories with gaming have been from single player games.
Well, I mean, from a business standpoint, think about it. You're getting more people to play it because it's multiplayer.
I think as myself, as a gamer, if I am told a story in a game that I remember, I will buy the next game that comes out. Always. If I play a multiplayer game where it is solely multiplayer...
I know, but that's not what I'm saying. Jake!
I know.
Listen to me!
I know.
I'm saying, like, oh, my friend has this game. In order to play with them, I have to get it.
Yeah.
Which is what I think is so special about the It Takes Two, or,
Split
Fiction.
Split Fiction.
Which I've heard great things about.
We need to play that.
We need to play it. That is something we have to play. As soon as I get my money.
That's on the radar.
My money.
What's nice about those games is they have the friend pass.
Yes, which is what I'm saying. It makes it like... I honestly would consider those single player because you can only have 2 players. Like, it's...
I would consider those a single player game because you only need 1 copy.
Yes, 100%.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me of... Oh my god. A little off topic. Do you remember DS Download Play? Really? Okay, so...
I mean, all of those games were single player.
So how the DS worked is there were some games that had multiplayer, like Mario Kart on the DS, Mario Party. And if you wanted to play them with a friend, you didn't have to own the game. You would open what's called DS Download Play. You would do a partial download on the game to your console temporarily so you could play with them. That was super sweet. Sorry. It came up with the friend pass. It reminded me.
No, that makes so much sense. But speaking of DS, I mean, Tamagotchi Life.
Yeah.
Single player. The Black and Whites. Single player until you got into the battles or the Dreamland.
Yeah.
All of those games, single player.
Mario and Luigi.
Single player. I mean, Luigi's Mansion. Single player. That's kind of what's killing us. Is these consoles and the PC. I think PC gaming's killing it. And killing consoles.
That's a crazy take.
I mean, did you hear about the next Xbox that's coming out?
I did not.
Well, basically, they're partnering with Steam, and they're creating almost like a PC Xbox. Where you have Steam games and Xbox games.
I mean, it seems cool.
Which is kind of cool. But they're getting Sony games. Because they're on Steam.
Wow, that's exciting.
So Xbox will be able to play Spider-Man, well, any of the Spider-Mans that are on there, like the Horizon, the God of War.
Yeah. I think the biggest advocate for single player as of recent is Nintendo. That's the only one, really.
Well, you got Animal Crossing. Well, no, that's even multiplayer now.
Animal Crossing is not meant to be a multiplayer game experience. It's fun.
Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, like all of those should, like Subnautica, Slime Rancher.
Those are single player experiences.
Yeah.
A game that I think is in my top 10 for single player games. It's similar to Undertale. It's called Amori.
Yes.
You've heard of Amori.
I have watched it. I've watched a couple videos. I don't know all of it, but
the game has some of the craziest twists, some of the craziest turns. It's an RPG game. I highly recommend. I don't know if it's on console or not. I have it on Steam and your PC.
How do you spell it?
Omori. Your laptop would not explode if you tried to play this too. So, the game is very fun. It's very fun, and it's experiences like this that we're missing out on now. You know, I mean, we're not getting the same kind of single player experiences anymore.
I mean, would you say we're missing out on it? It still exists. It's still, I mean, these indie studios that we just talked about, which I think is a great like kind of combination of the two.
Right.
Is you don't see these big companies, these big AAA companies making single player games.
Yeah.
They're not making profit from it.
Yeah, which stinks. I think the spot that AAA is in right now is extremely bad.
Good.
And I think that is the reason why single player is so on the back burner, is because they can't focus on it. Right? My favorite example of AAA gone wrong is actually, surprise, surprise, it's EA. With Titanfall and Apex Legends. Titanfall 2 has one of my favorite story modes, single player campaigns in a shooter ever. Actually might be my favorite. The story is great, the gameplay is great. You know, the boss fights in it, because there are boss fights in a shooter story mode, which is crazy to me, were outstanding. And we were going to get a Titanfall 3.
Yeah.
But it was replaced by Apex Legends, which is a battle royale multiplayer game.
Yep.
And it has to be one of my biggest letdowns in gaming. Apex was a good game, don't get me wrong, but it is not Titanfall 3. And that's something we missed. And I wish there were a better profit for these companies for single player, because they have the resources to make these outstanding worlds and these outstanding stories.
Right.
But let's be honest, we're tired of like Assassin's Creed.
We're tired
of COD.
We're trying to, I mean, again, big company, Sony, the Spider-Mans, single player, all the way. Great, amazing games. But back to your point, since you brought up EA, if you haven't watched our episode last week, we did a section on mobile games.
Yes.
Or throwback games. And Plants vs. Zombies, a single player mobile game. And mobile games were mostly single player.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's also killing us.
I mean, even in Plants vs. Zombies, it's a very clear shift. I mean, we started with the games on mobile, which were tower defense, basically. And then we started moving towards multiplayer shooters.
But those games were great.
The stories were fine. They were
Until
good.
They tried to make a second Plants vs. Zombies Garden War.
The third.
Third Plants vs. Garden. It's called something different. That's why.
Battle for Neighborville.
Yeah. Until they tried making another one and it sucked.
They are moving so far. These companies are moving away from what made games so special, and it's the stories that they told that make the game so special. And I think that's why we're so biased on indie games right now, is because they are small studios not expecting a giant profit. Not even passion projects. It is
passion projects.
That's not even the main thing. It's their goal is not to make money.
That's what I'm saying.
Their goal is to put out something.
Passion project.
Yeah, it is passion projects. The more I'm talking about it, the more.
Yeah, you're like proving my point here.
It is passion projects.
Yeah.
And it's not a money grab. It's not like I need to capitalize. It's something that these people want to share.
And typically,
it's like a book author. You know, the book
you
authors
don't read much.
Anyways,
you don't. You might want to make a different point there.
No, I'm gonna double down on this.
Oh, okay. What's your point?
Authors build up these worlds in their books.
Yes.
They want to entertain the reader, and that felt like the precursor to single player video games was the books and stuff. Right, authors writing these stories in these worlds and building up these worlds. I thought you were
taking that a different direction.
No,
with AAA and everything, I was like, whoa.
No, it's the building up of these worlds. It's the same thing as video games. Same thing.
Prime example: Elden Ring.
Elden Ring is like
you can't have a bigger story.
It's like a book in and of itself in the game. There's so much content in there for single player. It feels like a story being told, like a book. And that's something that we're missing now. Because all it is multiplayer focus from AAA. Like, a super prime example of this, in my opinion, is Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes.
I love Dungeons & Dragons. Love it to death. Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't work.
Did you know I was actually in Dungeons & Dragons League?
I was too.
Place?
Really?
Last year.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
We would meet.
I used to do D&D every Sunday for 3 hours.
I used to do it every Sunday for 2 hours.
Yeah. I love D&D. I can't get behind Baldur's Gate. It's too focused on multiplayer. It feels like they're trying to build a D&D that you can play online. Which, I get it, but it's not single player. I would have loved if there was no option for multiplayer until you beat the game and they unlocked a new end section that you had to play with 4 people. I think that would be sweet.
So how do you feel about the Monster Hunters? Yeah.
It's such a difficult spot because Monster Hunter in and of itself is meant to be multiplayer. The whole game series is meant to be multiplayer. But I love it. There are some outliers on both sides. There are some multiplayer games that make me love gaming. There are some single player games that make me hate gaming.
So the problem for me is like being on console, like it's a whole different viewpoint.
Yeah.
All I play are single player games.
Yeah.
Like if you looked at my game library, you would see honestly the only multiplayer games that I play multiplayer is probably Rivals.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really play with anyone else, so I just play single-player games, and I have the time of my life because no one's with me, no one's judging me. So I have more single-player games, like, I've ever played than multiplayer.
See, I've played more single-player games only because I had a console until 2019. That's when I got a PC.
So you get it. You understand.
And since I got a PC, it feels like all I play now is multiplayer games, and it's getting old. It's getting old. I think single-player is in its prime position to come back in full swing.
I think this is the time where they need to decide.
At least for us young adults, I have very fond memories of those single-player games right now. Especially right now. With the Plants vs. Zombies games, the Pokemon Black and Whites, the Mario and Luigi games, Paper Mario,
Kirby,
or
local multiplayer,
or Castle Crashers.
Right. Give me local multiplayer. Give me the Wii. Give me some Wii sticks to play anything with my friends.
It feels like right now, like if a gaming company were to come out with single-player games that reminded us of our childhood, they would explode. They would explode. Because there are all sorts of people who are, at youngest, like 18, to oldest, like 30, 32, who have such fond memories of the Wii, the Game Boy, the DS, the
even
N64,
console,
GameCube.
Apps.
Yes.
The good old fashioned, I still have it on my iPad, Balloons TD Battle.
I love Balloons.
Not the multiplayer one, but the good old, tower defense.
Yeah.
I love those. I mean, I'm looking at this Fallout. I know you haven't played them, but the Fallout series is great.
I've played Fallout.
You have?
Yeah.
The Fallout, it's all just amazing.
Fallout's another great example of games moving from single player to multiplayer, and it doesn't feel the same. Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 3 are some of the coolest role-playing games and shooter combinations that we've had. They're outstanding. And then we moved to Fallout 76, which was marketed as a multiplayer Fallout.
Or
and it
Skyfall?
Starfield?
Yeah, Starfield.
Yeah. There are so many games that are marketed as multiplayer, and they flop because they can't tell the same story multiplayer.
I know you haven't played the whole game yet, but favorite multiplayer, favorite single player game, not multiplayer, favorite single player game, Spider-Man. 100%, yeah. All three of them. I know you haven't finished it, but
I don't think it's my favorite, but they're great.
Well, you haven't finished it. You barely played it.
I know. I think at this point, we're in such a good position for single-player games to take it back, to dominate gaming.
I mean, the problem is consoles dying.
Yeah.
That's something I would like to talk about one time.
Maybe next week.
Because
that's something I would love to talk about.
I mean, have you played the BioShock games?
I haven't.
They're great. They're wonderful. Again, single player.
Yeah, but those games are older.
They're older.
That's why they're so good. The story that was told years ago was better than the story. A majority of AAA, at least, is better than the story that they told now. If they told the stories from back then with the upgrades and the graphics that we have now.
But my worry is that if they told those stories, we would have a missed multiplayer. Here's one. We mentioned this in a past episode. Detroit Become Human.
Yeah. I'm losing you. I can't hear you.
Detroit Become Human.
Yeah.
Sorry. My microphone was tilted down. I didn't realize.
That game is great. Detroit Become Human is a great game.
It's all single player. But the only thing I like about it that is multiplayer is you can see other people's statistics.
Yes.
Of choices. But I wouldn't call that multiplayer.
It's just hard. The market is so focused right now on multiplayer, but I think if we just move towards single player, we would have more fun.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion. I know for the most part, have more fun on single-player games than multiplayer games.
Then why don't you play more single-player games?
Because I had a job and another job and this and school. I've been slammed. When I play a single-player game, that's all I do. I sit down and I pound out that game over like a week or 2 weeks and it's done.
You need to just...
That's how I am about games.
You need to go play the Spider-Mans.
You need to play Hollow Knight.
I will.
So
I will.
I think Metroidvanias are one thing that, it keeps my love for single player alive.
I mean, Binding of Isaac.
That's not a Metroidvania.
Listen, I don't know what that means. I'm just trying, man.
A Metroidvania is like, have you played Metroid? No way.
Nope.
Oh my god.
You forget I'm younger than you.
I'm going to sit you down and force you to play the newest Metroid Dread. It's a phenomenal game.
I can watch movies, but it's hard to, if I'm not, super down to play a game, I won't.
Okay, well, I'll just send you a YouTube video.
Yeah. I'll watch. I won't play.
But like, that's a good single player game with a good story. I need that at the forefront, and the only company that's really trying to do that, and they barely are, is Nintendo. That's it.
And I'm worried Nintendo's gonna die out.
No.
You don't think so?
Not Bruh, a chance.
Have you seen the Switch 2?
Have you seen there are Nintendo lands going up? There's a Nintendo land in Japan, a Nintendo land in San Francisco, and a Nintendo land being built in Florida.
Universal.
Yeah, it's at Universal's. Nintendo will not die. I think Sony will die.
Really?
I think Sony will die. Xbox will be merged into Microsoft, and then all it will be is not PlayStation, is PC and Nintendo left. I think that's all that will remain.
Yeah.
Because every game you can play on console, you can play on PC with a better experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Except for Nintendo games.
Yeah.
You can't have this. Like, if Mario Party came out on PC, it would not be the same.
No, not at all. I mean, it would be like...
Not even close. It won't happen. Nintendo
crazy experience.
Nintendo will remain, and they're still trying to build good single-player games.
Yeah. They're honestly probably the only company that are really... Aside from indie games.
Yeah.
Indie makers. Indie... creators?
Indie developers. It just... It stinks seeing this culture of gaming go towards multiplayer. It stinks.
Especially, like, I think us and all the listeners, like, it was such a big, part of our childhood. All these single-player games. Like, the amount of times I'd be sitting in the car playing, like, Tamagotchi Life on my DS on the way to a road, like, to Florida.
I have fond memories of playing Spyro on the PlayStation 2 with my dad. I remember playing Jack and Dexter on PlayStation.
Oh my god, I forgot. What about the Skylanders?
I played Skylanders like crazy.
Skylanders.
I collected Skylanders.
I have so
the story was bad.
Do you want mine?
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, no, the story sucked, but the whole concept of the game is amazing. But the game
was so fun.
That's another franchise that got out of control that I could talk about, because I watched a whole video on all of that.
We should do that as a thing. Yeah. We're already putting together next week, listeners, so you better stay tuned.
Tune in.
Yeah, we're going to talk about MCU Phase 3. Now that we're nearing the end of our show, we can give a coming up.
Heads up.
MCU Phase 3. For sure.
100%.
I would love to talk about Skylanders.
I would have to watch the video again. I watched the video on all the lore of all the Skylanders. And then I watched the video on, like, how rare the Skylanders are, how much, like, money they would all go for, like, what are the most expensive. And then the different phases, too.
Yeah. I'd also like to talk about, is console dying?
Yes. And feel free to leave in our Spotify, YouTube comments.
I would love to know what you guys want to hear.
What do you see?
Yeah, you can't really see. I would love to set up something where you could see us, but I'm also not trying to store 7 gigabytes of us sitting in a room for 2 hours on my laptop.
Maybe when we get our own stuff.
I also don't have a good camera. Otherwise, I would.
I can use my phone.
No, we're going to get a good camera for this.
You guys heard that here. A good camera. Good.
But those 3 I would for sure like to talk about.
Yeah, and then we'll throw in something.
We'll throw in a mystery topic.
Left field.
Somewhere in there. But yeah, that's all we got for tonight.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and anyone who's joining us on Spotify or YouTube, thank you for listening. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate all of you guys.
Everyone, those of you who listen live, we love
real ones.
We love you guys. Those of you who listen to our Spotify and our YouTube, same thing. We love you guys too.
Let us know what you want to hear.
Yeah, if you are not following us on our socials, you can follow our Instagram. Mel, go ahead.
It is SNNF_official on our Instagram. And then if you want to find us on Spotify or YouTube, it is just Sunday Night Nerdfest.
Yes. Yep. You can find us on Spotify or YouTube at Sunday Night Nerdfest.
Again, Wednesdays at 8 p.m.
Wednesdays at 8 p.m. is when all of our episodes come out. And our episodes are from the previous Sunday.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not like you're missing a whole bunch.
Travel.
it's not it's not like you're missing a full episode. It's not like a full 2 weeks is going by before they're uploaded. We upload them 3 days later.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you follow us on our socials, follow us on Spotify and YouTube, so that way you never miss your favorite 2 hours every Sunday night.
Join us on the dark side.
But that's all we've got for you tonight. Yeah, next week we'll talk about phase 3 of the MCU. We'll talk about Skylanders, because God, I loved Skylanders. I still love Skylanders. Have a soft spot in my heart for it.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about console, whether or not it's dying or not. And then one more mystery topic that
one of you guys might be able to choose if you leave a comment.
True, if you leave a comment on Spotify or YouTube, we might pick your topic. So it is hit midnight. It's Monday now, so it's no longer Sunday, so we got to get out of here.
Monday.
But thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
And we will see you next Sunday.
Have a wonderful night.